Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching in the world. Welcome along to this, the Esports Mini League 2, rounds 1 and 2, which takes us to Spain and Belgium. Now, of course, here we are in the Esports Mini League, and if you missed last time out, of course, let's bring you right back up to speed. It was, I believe it was Livid who won League 2 last time out, and they got themselves promoted into League 1. You can join them with Andy at around about 8:30 they're due to start. And unfortunately for TTG Academy, they got relegated last time out, so they find themselves hoping to stave off the worrying double relegation that could loom over them if they don't get a good start here at the Spanish Grand Prix. To take you through some of the teams, we have Inside Line Racing Team. So we have Amir, Leon, J. Cole and Chungus. For TTG Academy, we have Warren, Cooper, Navy and Sean. For SLR E-Racing, we have Blunt, CYP, AJ and Millix Jr. For Clean Vigor, let's go with that one. We have Drop, we have Dakar, oh no, that's not good. Maledictus and Verstappen. And then for Nexus Esports, we have Suarez, Leroy, Legend and Chaos. Well, let's hope there's not too much chaos here tonight here in League 2. But thank you for joining me for what should be a great night's racing, I should think. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel down below, and make sure you're following the Esports Mini League on Twitter. It's at Esports Mini, and you can also follow me whilst you're there if you like. It's at KSM CG F1. There's plenty of opportunities for me to plug my Twitter. I got nothing else to plug, but there we go. Of course, we're going to the Spanish Grand Prix first of all, and well, it's a track that really does prioritise the strategy. It's crucial to get the strategy right. It's also crucial to get the strategy right. In terms of a setup, yeah, it's got to be balanced as well. It relies solely on the setup being absolutely perfect. You've got the long straight down towards turn 1, but you've also got the high speed corners of turn 3. You've also got turn 9 to worry about as well, and you've also got to have a car that does actually slow down as we head towards turn 10, the slowest part of the circuit if you like, almost a hairpin that goes back onto yourself as you then head through the gears through turns 11 and through that long right hander of turn 12 that seems like it goes on forever. You've got to be so patient on the throttle there. Just me in the commentary box for tonight for League number 2, and hopefully you'll enjoy your stay. Make sure you do subscribe down to the channel down below, and hopefully you'll have a good night's entertainment. Hopefully we're due to start shortly, and of course with 5 teams, 20 drivers, it can only mean one thing. It's going to be a bit hectic. Obviously, hearts are on the line here, and this is the time. Without fail, with the Mini League, there is always a late driver change, which is why we now have the reserves list. So for League 2, on the reserves list for the TTG Academy are Mays and Alan Kay. For Clean Vigor, we have Cohen and Campbell. For Nexus Esports, on the reserves list, we have Katz and Jay Morris. For SLR, we have Matt NOA and Hake G. I'm going to go with that. And for ILRT, just the one reserve driver for them, Matt 3R. Yeah, I'm going to annoy you with your pronunciation there, but yeah. So it's going to be interesting. There's quite a few names I haven't actually seen before. Maledictus being one of them. Yeah, that's going to be one to go for. J. Cole for ILRT, I believe he's on this list. Yes, he is. That was just a name I didn't quite recognise, but there we go. We're all right. We're okay. Everything's going to be fine. No name butchering, no name pronunciation butchering, none of that. Absolutely none of it. Maybe I might lie. Anyway, so hopefully you'll enjoy your stay, and of course, hopefully we'll be here for a great night racing. In any case, let's have a look at some of the comments. We've got Conti in the chat saying good luck guys, TTG for the win. We've got Nico saying good luck QVR, and of course that is Clean Vigor. Why didn't I just call them QVR? That would have made life so much easier. Recon also saying good luck to TTG, and Fuzail saying J. Cole. Pretty... Well, I'm going to say that's emphatic. That is an emphatic support for J. Cole there for the ILRT team. Z3 asking me, any predictions? Well, the great thing about tonight is that no matter what you predict, it's sort of not going to go that way. But TTG Academy have a point to prove. They got relegated from League 1 last time we ran the mini league, and of course no one got promoted last time out, because last time we did the mini league it was only 1 and 2. We've actually brought in 5 new teams who are currently racing in League 3 right now, fighting for their chance to be promoted up into League 2. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see who comes out on top on that one. More often the case, you can let that sort of worry dangle over you when you've been relegated. I mean, if you've ever had it in football, if you've ever had it in football was the only one I could think of, but a relegation for your football team, take the likes of some teams who go back-to-back relegation. It's going to be tricky, but TTG should have some strong foundations to really solidify themselves here in League 2. They need that stability coming into this race. Z3 is also saying, well, his prediction was ILRT domination. Well, if I know ILRT, and I'm afraid to say I don't actually, which is quite sad, but I have come across some of their drivers before, especially Leon. He is a quick driver. Amir as well, also quick. J. Cole and Chungus there as well. All 4 quick drivers, otherwise they wouldn't be here. That's the whole point. So yeah, they are the team to watch, and as expected, they should be here to perform. Nexus Esports also have a strong team as well. They've got Suarez, Leroy, 2 drivers I've come across before. Legend and Chaos I haven't actually, unless they've gone through some name changes. SLR and Clean Vigor, well, actually they're teams I haven't actually come across yet. So let's see how they come across. Let's see how they tackle tonight's challenge. And of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are subscribed to TTTV. It's great to see so many of you turning out and supporting your favourite team, and maybe even supporting your favourite driver, just like Fuzail was earlier on. Let us know who your favourite team is, who are the flags flying for tonight, who are you supporting, and who is your favourite to win. I've already been asked what my favourite to win is, and I didn't give an answer. Perfect. We've got Nico saying, Jack, go get him. Fuzail saying, Jaco is an AOR champions. I'm sure he can pull something up. So, yeah, pretty much. That's exactly my thinking. And Z3 also in the chat saying, Louis will win both races. I called it first. Well, I'm going to screenshot that comment, Z3, and I'm going to see if you're right at the end of tonight's stream. Of course, we have 2 races, one-shot qualifying to decide the grids for both races, and the top 10 have to start on the tyre they qualified on. More on the point system as well. Every position is a point scoring position. So if I've got this right, the win is 25 points, second place is 22, third place is 20, fourth place is 18, fifth place is 16. I think that's how it is. But anyway, every single position scores a point, at least 1 point, as long as you make it to the checkered flag. That's the main thing. You could have the worst race of your career, of your esports career, but if you get to the checkered flag, you score some points for your team. And at the end of the day, you've got 4 drivers. You really want 4 drivers scoring points in tonight's race. So let's see them. What some liveries are like. I haven't had a chance to look at some of the liveries yet. So this should be pretty interesting. And, well, I'm looking forward to this one. The mini league always offers up some competitive racing. Let's hope it's clean. Let's hope it's clean as we make our way now towards the start of the Mini League 2. And I hope you're all enjoying this as well. Make sure you are subscribed to the Esports Mini League Twitter account. It is at Esports Mini. You can also follow me on Twitter if you're there as well, if you really want to. It's at KSMCG F1. We're getting ready then for the Spanish Grand Prix and the one-shot qualifying, which will decide the grid for the first race here in the Mini League 2. Make sure you're commenting and make sure you're active in the chat and supporting your favourite drivers. We are a couple of drivers short, unfortunately. These things happen, but hopefully we'll get a full grid. Hopefully we will. But yes, anyway, here we are then for the one-shot qualifying. All the drivers loading in, getting their setups ready, and making sure that they've got the right tyre pressures, the right front wing, the right rear wing. I certainly don't miss the days when I had to make a setup and that was that. I binned it at turn 1. I don't miss those days, I really don't. But when it comes to such a competitive nature, I'd just be at the back. I'd much rather be at the front here and seeing how this all plays out from the commentary box. But yes, anyway. let's see what happens then. We're almost ready then for the one-shot qualifying, just for Louis to load in. And here we are then. We're riding on board then with Dropia, who is making his way now down towards turn 1. It's a long, long way down there as we now head down the hill towards the first braking zone of the circuit, using that curve and the AstroTurf on the left-hand side to open up the corner as we now fly through turn 2. And then it's going through turn 3. As you can see, there's a little bit of a lift then from Dropia as we now head through turn 3 on towards the braking zone of turn number 4. Legend already retiring from this session as we now head through turn 4 again. Seems like a corner that goes on forever. Using that curve on the outside there, braking zone of turn 5, downhill, very easy to lock a brake on the way in. Using that curve and the AstroTurf on the exit as we head through turn 6, then it's through turn 7. This is where the weight transfer can really catch you out there as we head through turn 8. Got to watch out there as we head now through turn 9, lifting off there, still in 6th gear, DRS wide open as we now head all the way now down towards turn 10. Heavy braking just before the 100-metre board. You could hear a little bit of a lock up there from Dropia. Going now through the gears, through turn 11. Watch that curve on turn 11. It can really catch you out if you haven't set the car up right. Through turn 12, upper gear then to help the traction on exit as we head through turn 13. Now on towards the chicane of turns 14 and 15. Kind of overtaking place, but not really as we now head through the gears, through turn 16, flat out now, on board with Dropia as he makes his way towards the line. Looks like it's going to be Louis on pole, and it is with a 1:17.1 from the ILRT car of Louis, and he puts himself on pole position for race 1 of Mini League 2. And let's have a look then at the qualifying results then. So Louis on pole position by almost half a second. Morris then in second with Daka in third. Warren fourth, Dropia fifth, Leon sixth, Amir in seventh, Navy in eighth, Verstappen ninth, Melodictus in 10th, Flying Cooper 11th, Sean 12th, Leroy in 13th, AJ 14th, Blunt 15th, J. Cole and Legend both didn't get to set a lap time, and that's because their lap time was invalidated, so they will be starting 16th and 17th respectively. The top 10 then all starting on a set of the soft tyres, so ILRT grabbing a pole position. So how about that? Now, something to clear up. At past mini league races, people have been wondering, hey, my team won all 4 races, how come we didn't win the league itself? Well, the thing is, this is all about consistency in the mini league. You can have a driver that runs away with it and wins every single race, but if the other 3 drivers keep scoring, 12th places, maybe 8th places, maybe not even finishing a race at all, that impacts the team entirely. And with the point scoring so close, in the fact that everybody scores a point as long as they make it to the checkered flag, that's the whole point, to keep it as close as possible and to reward the consistency. That's the whole point. If a team were to win, with one driver winning all 4 races, the others right at the back, the point scoring system wouldn't technically be a working one. So it rewards consistency of all 4 drivers. So then, yes, Louis on pole position by just under half a second. But let's see if that qualifying setup translates well to a race setup then. It's almost dusk here as we set off on the formation lap here in Mini League 2. 17 laps await us here at the Circuit de Catalunya as Louis will lead the ILRT car down towards turn 1 in car number 12. Very jealous actually. If I were racing, that's the number I would have, the number 12 car. But Morris is going to be right behind Daka in third, Warren fourth. So it looks like to me that is a 1, 2, 3, 4 of 4 different teams. So you've got ILRT at the start, at the very front, I should say. A Nexus car in second place, a QVR car, the Clean Vigor car of Daka in third place, the TTG Academy car of Warren then in fourth place, and then to break the trend, Dropia is in fifth place for QVR. The first SLR car, as you can see, is, I believe, at 14th place. We've only got AJ and Blunt at the moment, so they've only got 2 cars running in this first race. They are going to find it very, very tricky to score some good points here tonight, but anything can happen. And well, with all the other teams having 4 cars, I believe, well, actually one team is down 1 driver. I'm just trying to work out who it is. I think, from the looks of it, I think it's QVR. They've got oh no, they've got Daka, they've got Dropia, they've got Verstappen, they've got Melodictus. I'm gonna struggle with who's missing here, but we now make our way on towards the final couple of corners then, and it is Louis who's going to be leading them down towards turn 1, so long as he can get his start right, so long as he can get that wheel spin under control. But they head round turn 16 now and on towards the start finish line and taking their grid positions now for what will be round 1 of Mini League 2. Tense moments here, representing your team, representing your league. This is what it matters right now. Medium tyre runners, Flying Cooper, Sean, AJ, Blunt, J. Cole, all starting on the mediums. The rest are starting on a set of soft tyres. But here we are then, moments away from the race here in Catalonia, and we are at 5 red lights. But in true Mini League fashion, that means nothing. As we get the clutches underway then, we're almost ready to go. Round 1 is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like it's a good start from Morris then, but an even better start from Louis. He cuts off the Nexus car from behind as we make our way down towards turn 1. Right to the inside Louis goes to make sure that the Nexus car couldn't have a go up the inside as we head through turn 2, and then on the way through turn 3, a little bit of a Constantina effect, I heard James call it in Mini League 3, and that's absolutely right what turns 1, 2 and 3 can do. Riding aboard with Flying Cooper then as we make our way towards turn 4. There's a car off in the background there. That looks like it's the SLR car of AJ, who's off in the distance there at turn 3. Just to confirm that it was, yes, it was an IRT car as well of J. Cole, who was caught up in that as well. They've both got front wing damage, so not great start for either driver here. But here is Amir looking to try and get past his teammate Leon then, as we now head through turn 9, riding on board then with Amir. Leon's trying to close in on Dakar, but he gets it all wrong, all out of shape out of turn 9, and Amir will simply go straight around the outside. But look at this there, this is a QVR car trying to go up the inside of a Nexus car, I believe that is, and he does. Well, that's an academy car of TTG, so QVR Verstappen is ahead of Navy then as they make their way now in towards turn 12. Now onto the entry of turn 13. You can see Maladikis there now looking to try and get past Navy as they head towards the chicane of turns 14 and 15. Meanwhile then Leroy and Cooper going side by side through the chicane. That's a bit unorthodox, but they made it through, and Leroy takes the position away. Meanwhile then Sean and Blunt, it was a little bit of trouble there I think, but he's now down to 15th place. Meanwhile then we have started the second lap here. We're riding on board with Leon then as he now tries to get that place back off of Amir as we now head through turn 3, but it's not always easy to do with a setup that's so crucial here. It's also very crucial, the setup here, as they head now down towards turn 4. Leon still trying to chase down his teammate, but meanwhile then Louis 1.3 second lead over the Nexus car of Morris then. He's running the show right now, but we still have 16 laps to go. AJ is into the pits, of course then in Mini League 2 the drivers need to make one stop. There is a compulsory one stop to be made in this race. AJ with the damage is looking to try and make it now. Warren with the TTG Academy car looking to try and close down the QVR car of Dropia as they head now down towards turn 10. You can see in the background there's 2 Nexus cars going side by side. Is there a little bit of team orders? Yes, there is. Leroy moves up to 11th place, and Legend moves down to 12th. They swap positions then, and Legend says to Leroy, go on then, how about you have a go and see what you can do. So now Leroy is right on the back of Maladikis as we head then towards turn 13, then 14 and 15. Nexus Leroy still on the tail of QVR then as they make their way now on towards the start-finish straight. And of course DRS is enabled, but it won't be enabled down this start-finish straight. The first time the drivers will be able to use DRS will be out of turn 9 and down towards turn 10. So about halfway through the lap. So we should see some overtaking down towards turn 10. As we see now, Leroy still trying to hold on then, still trying to close in on the QVR car ahead of him. Meanwhile, Amir for ILRT is trying to close in on Dakar ahead. He's also got Warren ahead for TTG Academy as they now head down towards turn 5. So tricky, the braking zone in towards turn 5. It's downhill, so it's very easy to lock a brake as we now head into that kink of turn 6 through turn 7 and 8 then, as that weight transfer, as I said, can catch drivers out then, especially with a heavy fuel load as they fly through turn 9, that fast right-hander. And you can see here Dakar didn't get a great exit out of turn 9. Here's Amir then going down towards turn 10. I did think he might have just tried to move up the inside, but he thought he was just not close enough. Leroy then, has he managed to find a way past Maladikis? He did, but Maladikis and Leroy collide then out of turn 10. That looked like wheel-to-wheel just contact there. Didn't quite have the best view of it, but Leroy now has to try and find his way back onto the track, and he gets a 10-second time penalty. Wow, that's a harsh one. I think Leroy will be a bit aggrieved at that as he's lost the back end, and into the wall he goes. He's lost his front wing. The worst thing he could do now is retire from the menu. He's just got to keep going now and get as many points as possible for Nexus now. And what I'm assuming, oh, look, the rear tyres are still hot as anything as he can't get the grip. Meanwhile then, Legend has now a go at Maledictus as we head through turn 3. And there you go then, Legend gets the move done. And I think then Legend may have been a bit preemptive of letting his teammate through, but maybe he was just trying to be nice. But as you can see here, now Legend is ahead of Maledictus as we head now down towards turn 5. Amir still putting that pressure on the QVR car ahead of Dakar as they make their way through turn 8 now and on up the hill towards turn 9. Meanwhile, Verstappen has closed up to the back of Leon then. They'll have DRS then on the run down towards turn 10. Is this going to be a chance for Verstappen? No, he looks a bit too far back for my liking anyway, as they now head towards the braking zone of turn 10. Louis then on lap number 4, soon to be lap number 5, is now 2.7 ahead of Morris. So a big lead he's getting there, as we see Amir still trying to put the pressure on Dakar ahead of him. You can see there some of the drivers coming into turn number 13 there, clipping the grass on the left-hand side. Very risky from them, but what works, works. That's all you can say, really. Meanwhile, riding on board with Amir, it's a long straight. You can see then Amir goes up to 8th gear early to try and prioritise the slipstream then and try and get a little bit more speed down the straight, down towards turn 1. Amir up the inside. The QVR car has got the inside for turn 2 and keeps a hold of the position then as we head then through turn 3. Great defending from Dakar then. He holds on to 5th place, but Amir is putting that serious pressure on him up ahead. Meanwhile, Dropia still trying to put the pressure on Jay Morris up ahead. This is Nexus versus QVR as they head through turn 5. They've got the slight kink of 6 up ahead. That flying left-hander that's not really a corner. There's no braking zone for it. It's flat out through there before you have turn 7 and turn 8. Amir still putting that pressure on the 5th lap of this race then on Dakar ahead as Leroy is retired from the session, so no points for that car. Meanwhile, Amir down the inside at turn 10. It's a little bit of a tighter corner this time. Dakar on the outside and Amir takes that position away and now moves up to 5th place. And the QVR car of Dakar there didn't really have a choice there. Probably had to concede that position, otherwise there would have been contact made. So Dakar moves down to 6th place. Now Leon will have seen that move from Amir and be a little bit inspired, but Dakar will have the DRS as actually Leon comes into the pits then from 7th place that was. Meanwhile, Dropia still closing in to the back of Jay Morris then as we head down towards turn 1. He's going to be on the outside for the initial part of the corner, but then he'll grab the inside line for the second part, and Dropia then moves ahead of Morris. Lovely move from the QVR driver, and he now moves into 2nd place. Jay Morris was a little bit wide out of turn 3 there as we now head towards turn 4. That is Warren now trying to close in on the cars ahead. Dakar not letting Amir go here. He may have been overtaken, but he's still quite close to the ILRT car ahead as we head now down towards turn 5. Morris here has been overtaken by Dropia, who's now the car ahead. However, he's not letting him get away too far actually as we head on to the 6th lap of this race then. Heading now down the hill towards turn 10. And if you're enjoying this right now, fantastic. We love to see it. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following the Mini League on Twitter. It's at Esports Mini on Twitter. And you can also follow me whilst there if you like as well. It's at KSMCG F1. So close to 300 followers. So close. Subtle plug. Anyway, Morris then still trying to close in on Dropia as race leader Louis comes into the pits, as well as Morris then from 3rd place. So this is going to be maybe their 1 stop here. We've got some people in the chat suggesting a 2 stop, but you know, 25% race seems a little short to try a 2 stop. But there is race leader Louis, well, not race leader anymore anyway. He puts on a set of medium tyres, and that should be his only stop of the race then. So Dropia then takes the lead. That will be Cooper in 2nd with Sean in 3rd. Louis then rejoins in 4th place and ahead of the soft tyre runner of Verstappen then. So the QVR car of Verstappen goes across the curbs there. Got turn 1 all wrong there. Meanwhile then Leon has rejoined ahead of Amir. So that's good for Leon then as he now makes his way up the order. That's a car just pulled off to the right hand side. I believe that was I think that was a QVR car. And it was of Maledictus. So he's lost his front wing. Oh no, he hasn't. That's my eyes playing tricks on me. But he's just getting out of the way of cars behind as he now makes his way, and he's trying to close in on his teammate Verstappen here. I think, does Verstappen have damage? I think he does actually, because he's let his teammate through. Yes, he does. Left-hand side, he has that damage. That was probably why he bunny hopped across turn 1 there. He probably just had not enough grip. And yeah, that is a significant amount of damage. You can see how badly his aerodynamics are affected just by that corner alone. Meanwhile then, Louis, fresh set of tyres, trying to close in on Sean. Look how much more traction he has coming out of the chicane through turn 16. And DRS will be wide open. This will be a pretty simple move from Louis. I don't think Sean's going to battle this too much, which he doesn't. And Louis then moves back up the order, back up to second place. Sean has a look down the inside, puts Louis under a bit of pressure there, but no dice from him. And Louis takes second place. So he's got Cooper ahead then, who's leading this one. Meanwhile, Warren then has moved ahead of Dropia then. So Dropia down to 6th, Warren up to 5th place. Now he's trying to chase down Morris, is Warren, as he heads now towards turn 4. Navy, meanwhile, trying to close in on Legend up ahead for 11th, or for 10th place even. Amir trying to close in on his teammate. That's the battle for 7th place. Blunt then moves up to 13th as Verstappen is into the pits. The 2 SLR cars are just trying to run around and get this finish under their belts. The SLR cars, there's only 2 of them. There's only 2 of them right now, so they've got to try and keep their noses in the right place. Well, with the Nexus cars, actually, there's only 2 of them left. Because we've got Leroy, Suarez and Legend. No Chaos in this one. That was the other car that's missing. So Nexus at the moment only have 3 drivers. That's a bit of a team orders move then. Amir moves back ahead of Leon. Meanwhile, you've got, that is Morris, Warren and Dropia, 4th, 5th and 6th, with Amir and Leon closing in and looking to try and take advantage. Louis then fastest up the race, 119.3, as they now head around the final corner. Running on board with Dropia there. You can see Morris going defensive towards the inside line, much what we saw of Louis at lap 1, at turn 1, just defending that inside line as much as he can as we head now down towards turn 1. Warren trying to pile the pressure on to Morris ahead of them. Riding on board now with Warren as we head through turn 3. Long right-hander of turn 3, especially with heavy fuel loads and worn tyres, will significantly affect the car through that long right-hander. Riding on board now with Dropia as we head towards turn 5. And you can see Louis up ahead as we're at half race distance. It's only 7/10 behind Cooper. Cooper, who's trying to make these medium tyres last as long as possible. He's still leading this race right now. He'll have to be on the soft tyres again. Dropia, you can see the car there struggling for grip. The back end wanted to go through turn 8 there. Dropia just said no, absolutely not. But you can see there this gaggle of cars, 5 cars now battling for 4th place. And not very far away is the QBR car of Dakar, as he's now breaking down towards turn 10. You've got Legend and Navy battling for 10th place. Remember, in the mini-league, all of these positions count so long as you make it to the checkered flag. All the positions score points so long as you finish. And that's the SLR car of AJ, who's now out of this race from P14. And what happened to AJ then? Louis takes the lead of this one, and that is a retirement on track then. So from the menu, that is AJ who's retired. So SLR only have 1 car left, and Verstappen has to be careful there, because even though he's retired from this race, he's still in control of that car. He's still liable for whatever that car does. Meanwhile, Warren tried to move down the inside of Morris then in towards turn 1. Didn't quite work for him, but look at the run Dropia has now through turn 3. Warren now has to go defensive in towards turn 4. And Warren here might take a little bit of a compromised line. Dropia drops back and tries to take a different line, heading now down towards turn 5. No way through for Dropia that time around, as they now make their way through the kink of 6 and on towards turn 7 and 8. Close battle for 4th place then, riding on board with Dropia, as we're now going to quickly switch over to Warren, flying through turn 9, down the hill towards turn 10. DRS wide open for Warren. I don't think he's close enough to have a move on Morris there, and he's not. As they head down towards turn 10, it's a heavy braking zone turn 10, but the corner comes at you so quickly after the DRS is open. But it's not in, unless you've got a really good run through turn 9. It's very difficult there to have a good clean run down towards turn 10. Cooper then finally into the pits then from 2nd place with those medium tyres. Sean is in as well. That's going to release Morris then. So this will now become the battle for 2nd place. Best of the rest as it seems so far. We'll see what the gap is like to Louis in just a second. Meanwhile, you can see then This train is now going down towards turn 1. Dropia thinks about a move down towards turn 1, but backs out of it. Not quite confident enough then. Louis now leading by 8.5 seconds. He's just keeping his head down right now. Meanwhile, Dropia keeping onto the rear wing of Warren. Then as we head towards turn 4, he might try and move up the inside here, which he does. Up the inside at turn 4 then. Warren on the outside. Giving each other room for now as we head towards turn 5. Warren up the inside this time. He'll have the racing line. He'll run a bit deep though into turn 5. Dropia can't quite get the traction down that he wanted. You could see him trying to take a different line. Warren took a compromise line with that line he took in 5. You can see there Dropia couldn't quite take advantage. Meanwhile then, that's Amir who's around at turn 8. Spun up the rear tyres at turn 8. And that is Amir. And that's the weight transfer. That's what happens. And the back end just wants to swap on you. Does that ILRT car have any damage to the front wing, I wonder? We'll have to wait and see if we can get a good camera view of it as he heads now down towards turn 10. We've just got the Sunburst logo at the moment at the back there. Does he have any damage? That doesn't look like it. But of course, if he does have damage and it's minute, we may not necessarily see it. So that puts Leon back up to 5th place. And I think Leon letting Amir through is just becoming a little bit of a bad luck charm for him at the moment. Meanwhile then, Dropia heading down towards turn 1, still trying to reel in Warren ahead of him. Morris is doing really well here in 2nd place to keep Warren and Dropia at bay. And now Leon is released and he can now try and close in on the QVR car of Dropia ahead of him as they now head towards turn 4. Well, lap 12 of this race then, Louis still leads. The ILRT car leading the way by 9.6 seconds ahead of Morris here in the Nexus car. It's a TTG Academy car of Warren in 3rd place, a QVR car of Dropia in 4th, and then it's another ILRT car of Leon in 5th place, Dakar 6th, Legend in 7th, Navy 8th, Amir 9th, Amadiktis in 10th, Flying Cooper 11th, Sean 12th, Blunt in 13th, Verstappen 14th, and J. Cole is in 15th place right now as we're still watching that battle for 2nd place, braking hard now down towards turn 10. Amir's recovery drive needs to get a kick start. He needs to try and find a way past Navy as he heads now down towards turn 10. You can just hear just a slight lock up into turn 10. Amir is on the limit here and trying to close in this gap, trying to find a way past the TTG Academy car. Leon, meanwhile, will have, what's that, a triple toe down the start finish straight. You can see the Nexus car trying to defend now against Warren. Here comes Warren in the slipstream for the TTG Academy car, making a move on the Nexus Esports car as we head now down towards turn 1, and Warren gets the move done and he moves up to 2nd place. But I can tell you right now that battle is far from over. Dropia here might have seen Morris take a little bit of a compromised line. He might have a go then with the QVR car down the inside at turn 4. He tried this on Warren a couple of laps ago, didn't quite work. He had the idea there, but it didn't quite get executed right. He still, that's the Nexus car around. He clipped the grass and spun up the rear tyres, and how he didn't collect either Dropia or Leon there is beyond me. But Morris then 360 and is now down to 6th place. And that is going to be a huge kick in the teeth for the Nexus car, running as high as 2nd place. Now he's got to keep his focus now. Those rear tyres will still be extremely hot. They won't provide the grip that he wants and the stability that he wants for the next couple of corners. But that could have ended a lot worse for the Nexus car. So he'll be mightily relieved to have rejoined back into 6th place, just losing a couple of positions then. He'll have to get past Dakar if he wants to have a chance of closing in onto these drivers ahead of him once again. Lap 14 then, we have 4 laps to go. And Leon still leads then here at the Spanish Grand Prix and race 1 of Mini League 2. Don't forget, we are live at Belgium straight after this race on the same stream, so make sure you stay tuned in. Meanwhile then, Leon still trying to close in on Dropia. You can see there the ERS battery. There's just not enough of it for Leon to deploy then, so he has to stay there in 4th place. Meanwhile then, Morris straight back on it, straight back on the horse. And he gets back up to 5th place. It's 4.5 seconds now to the next car. But the thing is, the 2 cars ahead, or 3 cars ahead I should say, are battling for position. So they're going to be costing each other time. This isn't over for Morris yet. He's still got 4 laps to close in that gap. There could still be a chance here that Morris can still recover and get that really good position. But Louis here, well, it's a masterclass at the moment. 12 seconds is the gap between himself and Warren. That's helped massively by the fact that these 3 cars right now are battling for position. They're battling for that 2nd place. Maybe they've waved goodbye to 1st place because they're throwing caution to the wind. You can see then TTG Academy, QVR and ILRT all battling now for 2nd place. Leon will want to make this an ILRT 1-2 if he possibly can. We make our way through turn 12 on towards turn 13. Heading now towards 14 and 15. As you can see there, Dropio is quite close, but Leon's even closer to the back of the QBR car. He's got to get the exit of 15 right. Through 16 they go. It's safe to say he got that quite right. Dropia here, now with the DRS and the slipstream of Warren. Dropia looks like he's going to have a move on Warren there, but where will he go? He'll go to the outside of turn 1 and we'll give him the inside line for turn 2. If he can hold on around the outside, yes he can. Dropia then up to second place. A lovely move from the QVR car round the outside. It gave him the inside line for turn 2 and he's able to get back up and into second place for the QVR team. Warren then down to third place. Leon is just watching on and seeing what he could do. Try and pressure the drivers ahead into a mistake, which if they've been chosen by their esports teams, then chances are they've got the pace about them as well. And of course Warren was part of that TTG Sports Academy team that was relegated last mini league out, so he'll be wanting to get some good results on the board and help get that stability that they need. Remember, the top team gets promoted to League 1. The bottom team gets relegated to League 3. It's all to play for here. Louis picks himself up a 3-second time penalty actually, so a rare mistake then. Just exploiting those track limits a little bit too much. Penultimate lap of the race has been started by Louis, but it's 13.5 seconds right now. I doubt we'd be too concerned about that 3-second time penalty. But Warren is under pressure now from Leon. He's already been passed by Dropia down the start-finish straight. But now he's going to be under pressure from Leon. Yeah, Leon doesn't quite have the straight line speed. That won't help to the fact that he doesn't have quite enough ERS to deploy down the main straight. He seems to be using it out of the corners and then just leaves himself as a little bit of a sitting duck down the main straight. So he's got to be careful about how he does that and how he uses his ERS. It's going to cost him more and more time and cost him a chance of second place. In theory. 1.5 laps to go if you're picky. It's Louis still leading the way then from Dropia, Warren, Leon, Morris, Daka, Legend, Amir, Navy, Cooper, Maladiktis, Sean, Blunt, Verstappen and J. Cole. 15 cars still running in this race, and that means if J. Cole can still get to the line, he's scoring valuable points for the ILRT team. Still watching that battle on for second place. We've also got to watch out for Amir, who's only 6/10 down on Legend and into the DRS zone as we head towards turn 10. But Louis here around the final corner will start the final lap of the race here, the first race in Mini League 1. And there it is then, final lap, lap 17 here in Spain, down towards turn 1. And well, it's been a comfortable race for Louis so far, but of course he still has that 1 lap to go. Amir right on the back of Legend then, as he'll look to try and get up to 7th place. Had that spin, of course, earlier on at turn 7 and 8. He's right onto the back of Legend then. Meanwhile, Warren is right on the back of Dropia. Couldn't quite find a way through. Amir, meanwhile, going side by side with Legend then, as we head now down towards turn 1. Amir up to 7th place he goes and takes that position away from the Nexus car. And meanwhile then, Warren is having to do a bit of attacking on Dropia ahead, but mighty amount of defending from Leon behind as they make their way now down towards turn 5. Meanwhile, race leader Louis has just gone through turn 9 and is making his way down towards turn 10 and into the third sector of the Spanish Grand Prix. Round number 1 then. Looks like it's all wrapped up in a nice little bow for Louis, but he's got a couple more corners to negotiate then as he makes his way now on towards turn 13. He's got the chicane of 14 and 15 to negotiate before the final right-hander of turn 16. It's flat out from here, and Louis will come across the line to win the first round of Mini League 2 for the ILRT team. It's a dominant drive for Louis here at round 1, but who will grab that second place spot then? Can Dropia keep it together through the final corner? I think he can, you know. He'll take the checkered flag and finish in second place. Warren third, Leon in fourth. Morris there recovers to 5th place. Daka then across the line in 6th with Amir in 7th. Legend there in 8th place. Navy coming across the line in 9th with Cooper in the top 10. Maladiktis in 11th place. There is Sean there, who tried that alternate strategy. He's going to come home in 12th place as he rounds the final corner and takes the checkered flag. We've got Blunt there in 13th place, the only SLR car to finish in this race. And they're going to be seriously on the back foot as we head towards round 2 and then round 3 and 4 next time out. Verstappen then makes his way around turn 14 to be the last finisher on the lead lap. But your winner of race 1 here in Mini League 2, Louis wins for ILRT. Well, well, well. This is going to be a good one, isn't it? I have to say, but a dominant performance from Louis in round number 1, and he takes the top step off the podium. How many times will he appear here in Mini League 2? But they'll enjoy the champagne. Good battling for the cars behind as well. And what a battle it could have been as well for Legend. One of the Nexus cars. But that is a win then for the ILRT team, as they now make their way onto the results then. So here are your official, unofficial results. It's Louis who takes the win. Dropia is in 2nd place. Warren in 3rd, with Leon in 4th. It's Morris 5th. Daka in 6th. Amir in 7th, with Legend in 8th. Navy in 9th. And Cooper in 10th. Maladiktis in 11th. Sean in 12th. Blunt 13th. Verstappen 14th. And the last point scoring position, J. Cole in 15th place. AJ and Leroy don't score points because they didn't make it to the checkered flag. And SLR are going to be under huge pressure. Their only finisher, Blunt, in 13th place. That is not good news for them. They'll have to be very, very careful, and they'll have to be extra vigilant in the next couple of races. They cannot afford to lose out on points like that. Otherwise, they are at serious relegation threat. But I hope you're enjoying everything tonight. I've enjoyed it so much that I forgot to upload the thumbnail that's supposed to go with this video. So I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, that's for sure. But anyway, we've got Belgium coming up next then. Straight into there. Straight in. So yeah, stick with it. Stick with it. Stay here. Good. I'm glad. So, obviously, dominant performance from Louis in race number 1. Then Dropia in 2nd place, and Warren rounding out the top 3. That means then it was ILRT finishing 1st, 4th, 7th from what I can see on the standings there. Of course, these points don't mean anything. J. Cole, though, in 15th, but you know what? He still scores points for ILRT. And you know what? He could have been in 17th place as well. So that's the all-important thing. I've just noticed we have a driver, or we have another spectator that's not with me, and I can tell you exactly why that is. It's someone actually being the race engineer for a team, and if I can find that message, I'll read it out to you. It's Lickle there for the ILRT team. He's actually there as a race engineer, so fair play. He's actually helping out the team just by basically barking orders into their ears. So fair play to him. But yeah, anyway, did you enjoy that race? I enjoyed that race. I enjoyed it. The thing with solo commentary, right, is you don't get a chance to have a drink, like, at all. My voice was going towards the end there, so I don't know how I'm I don't know how I'm going to make it to the end of this race. Anyway, 11 laps at the legendary Spa circuit. I couldn't ask for anything else. Just make sure as well that you do tune in next time for Mini League 2. And if I'll get up the well, what would be great is if I had a graphic that I could just bring up onto the stream and say, hey everybody, tune in next time when it's that again. But you can join me next time for League 2 for the second lot of races, rounds 3 and 4. That will be at Mexico and Brazil. So we'll be able to find out who will get that coveted spot to get promoted and who will get that unwanted spot of being relegated. And we'll have to find out. It all starts here, and with race 1 done and dusted, we're a quarter of the way through. Spine saying, "I will not have the drink." What do you mean? Is the drink still flowing? Is it deploying? I'm going to say yes. I would love to do the points, but I've really been forbidden to do points. I leave it to someone else. I am woeful at the points, so I'm sure. Yeah, I was left to my own devices in the points. Bad idea. So we'll find out the points next week. There'll also be the standings up and ready by tomorrow as well. Also with the points as well, If anything gets taken to the stewards, that's why I always say the official, unofficial results at the end of every race. If anything gets taken to the stewards, any serious instance, that can affect the point scoring as well. So that's why I'm not going to go through the points. Kind of makes sense, but you can get an understanding of where everybody lies, because after race 1, well, there's your top 15. We will have Suarez for this next race then. So Nexus then, I believe that's then back up to 3 drivers, I think it was. So we've got Legend there, who's won Nexus car. Morris is in the second one, and yes, I think Suarez wasn't in the last race. Let me just have a quick check. This is the thing, right? Mini league. It's always an interesting one, because you've got drivers coming in, then the reserve gets pulled in. But no, Suarez was meant to be here, still is here, but he just hasn't picked a car yet. A bit worrying. But yeah. Z3 asking, did I take that screenshot? Was I meant to? Was I meant to? I don't know. Anyway, launching into Belgium then. And yeah, if there's one team that's going to be on the ropes here, I mean, after 2 races, it's going to be SLR. They only had 1 point scoring finish in that last race. I mean, they're allowed 4 drivers. Only 2 of them are here right now, and they're going to find it tough. I mean, Blunt and AJ, they're going to do their best, but realistically, they can only score half the points they could really follow. But let's see how this race pans out then, as we head towards the second round. I hope you're enjoying it. Make sure you follow the league on Twitter as well. It's at Esports Mini, and you can also follow me whilst you're there as well. It's at KSM F1. I hope I'm not piquing your ears too much. For some reason, I have a really bad issue with the microphone. Sometimes it plays nicely and I don't peak the mic at all. Other times, it's static central. I don't know the balance. I've never figured it out. I've chanced it, and hopefully it doesn't sound too bad on your ears. If it does, let me know. Don't suffer in silence. Tell me, please. But we're getting into the Belgian one-shot qualifying very, very shortly. And hopefully we'll have 17 drivers ready to go here in Belgium, the legendary Belgium circuit. We're riding aboard with Blunt then as we head our way down towards the Source hairpin, turn number 1. And it's a very tight corner, one of the slowest corners on the track in fact. Watch out for the brake acceleration point there. You're heading downhill, so that can help, and it can help you build up the speed. And here we are then, through Eau Rouge and then up Radion. And a legendary set of corners then. You can only just about see the apex over the crest then as we head into the DRS zone, down the Kemmel Straight and heading towards Les Combes through turns 5, 6 and 7. It's a long, long way though. You get plenty of time to think about your braking zone. Make sure you're using the curbs here. They are there meant to be attacked here in Les Combes as we now head through turn 7. Try and take the best line you can through there. Ideally, you don't want to be lifting off. Heading now down towards Brussels, in towards turn 8 here. It's a long right-hander that rewards patience on the throttle as we head now towards turn 9 through X corner. Make sure you're using that curve in the exit as well to make the corner as wide as possible on exit. Then towards the double left-hander of Pouon through turn 10 and 11. You can see there Blunt dropped a gear then as we headed through the entrance, and now coming towards turns 12 and 13 as we head now through Campus. Here's turn 12 on the right-hand side. Here's turn 13 through the left-hander, and again using those curves there to full effect as we head through turn 14 and then on towards turn 15, using plenty of curve there is that SLR car through Stavelot, and now on towards this curve straight, if you like, through turn 16 and then through the legendary Blanchimont of turn 17. Hold on tight through turn 17, full throttle through there, let the aero do the work as we head now towards the bus stop chicane, turns 18 and 19. Slowest chicane on the circuit, that's for sure. Watch out for the acceleration point here. Try not to spin up the wheels too much as Louis grabs another pole position by an even larger gap. That's 7/10 of a second. So Louis is in dominant form by now. Suarez disqualified from the session, as is Warren, because they invalidated their lap times. But we'll get a closer view of how qualifying played out then. So Louis, pole position, correct me, 8/10 of a second by Louis there. Dominating performance from Louis so far. It is an ILRT 1-2. So it is Amir in second place. Then it's Dropia in third. Verstappen fourth. AJ in fifth. Leon sixth. Legend in seventh. Blunt in eighth. Cooper ninth. Dakar in 10th. Maladiktis in 11th. J. Cole in 12th. Sean 13th. Morris in 14th. Suarez, Navy, Warren all had their lap times invalidated. And in fact, Morris didn't complete his lap time. He retired on his own accord and will start in P14. So then, 11 laps around the legendary Belgian circuit. 7.004 kilometres. And a race distance of roughly 76 kilometres. And it's a driver favourite, it's a fan favourite as well. La Source hairpin down towards turn 1. Obviously it's a very, very short run down towards turn 1. So the start and maybe the wheel spin of it won't necessarily be too bad. But of course, make sure you don't jump the start. Like one Lotus did back in 2012, maybe. Yes, that was an interesting start for sure. However, we're getting ready to go here. We'll have a formation lap. It's the longest formation lap on the F1 calendar. And it'll be the longest formation lap here in Mini League 2. As we get underway then for the formation lap. And it is an ILRT 1-2 with the QVR car of Dropia in third. It's QVR 3-4 actually, as it's Dropia and Verstappen 4th and 5th. Then the SLR car of AJ, who retired from Spain here. It looked like through the pause menu. So, I mean, that's cost him points. As we now head up the hill and towards that Kendall Straight then. Obviously no DRS at the moment. As we now head down towards Lacon, turn 5, 6 and 7. And having all the driver list up here. No changes from race 1 to race 2. No reserves being brought in from each race. And of course, normal rules apply. The top 10 start on the tyre they qualified on. There's only 2 drivers starting on the medium tyres. That's the 2 TTG Academy cars at the back of the grid who were disqualified from qualifying for cutting the track. That's Navy and Warren. So, warming up the tyres. It's a very, very crucial place to warm up the tyres. It's a long lap here. The soft tyres will not last long around here at all. I'm putting my money on maybe 3 or 4 laps, if that. So you've got to be really, really careful with those soft tyres. And I'm assuming the drivers will strap on a set of mediums to the end of the race. Expect drivers here to be pitting maybe as early as lap 2, in all honesty. We'll have to see how these tyres last as we now head our way towards Blanchimont. It's such a legendary track. It's easy to see why this track is so loved by so many. Well, here we are then, making our way through Blanchimont and down towards the bus stop chicane. Is it called the bus stop chicane anymore? Is it your bus stop chicane? I always wondered that. But anyway, Louis then leading Amir, his teammate, down towards turn 1. And Louis and Amir here might have hatched a plan, but it is a QVR 3-4 SLR car in 5th place. 5th and 8th from SLR. They've got to make it to the finish line this time around. We're moments away here then from the Belgian Grand Prix here in Esports Mini League 2. And I hope you're ready for this one. All those cars are pointed towards that hairpin. And in true Mini League fashion, these 5 red lights mean absolutely nothing. And now we await then for the clutches to be held then. And race 2 to be underway. Round 2 is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like it's a good start from everybody. Clean get away from them all as they head now down towards turn 1. Louis having to defend from Amir in towards turn 1. Dropia looking for a move up the inside. Couple of cars running wide on the exit of La Source. Kind of expected, really. It's a very, very tight corner, but you can see the melee of cars then as we head our way now through Rouge and through Blanchimont. There's contact between Legend and the QVR car of Verstappen there. I'm not sure whether Verstappen managed to recover there. I think he did, but there's yellow flags in the background there. That's Suarez who's had a moment. Navy as well is all the way down the order. Verstappen all the way down to 15th after that contact. I'm sure it wasn't deliberate. That too wide going through there isn't going to work. Legend squeezed out by the SLR car of AJ, who loses the back end then through the third part of Les Combes as they make their way now down towards turn 8 of Brussels. You've got Blunt there trying to make the moves then as Cooper and Leon going side by side through Brussels, and Leon losing that back end slightly then. Cooper gets the move. Oh, that's a car around! That's Flying Cooper, who's around on the exit of X corner. He's just spun up the rear tyres and he's tried to spin them up again to rejoin, but it hasn't worked at all, and this is just costing him valuable time right now. But Louis right now still leading the way. Amir second, Drop your third, with the SLR car of AJ up in fourth place. It's a really good start from the SLR car. Got to keep focused though, there's a long way to go. Legend in fifth, there is Blunt in sixth. The other SLR car, they're running fourth and sixth right now. There's only two of them in this race. Yellow flags in sectors 2 and 3. That looks like Navy who's in trouble. And I'm not sure if that was, but anyway, in any case, the yellow flags have been brought in. Meanwhile, Dakar here, looking on the back of Sean as we make our way now down towards the bus stop chicane. No way through for them at the moment. Blunt trying to put pressure on the Nexus car of Legend up ahead. Meanwhile, Morris here, who had such a good Spanish Grand Prix, is finding it tough here in 11th place. Meanwhile, J. Cole in 12th place, going side by side with Warren as they make their way down towards the hairpin here. Warren, of course, disqualified from his qualifying lap, having extended the track, setting an invalid lap time. Warren and J. Cole, surely they're not going to try and go side by side through Eau Rouge. No, they're not. Up the hill through Blanchimont they go. And of course, no DRS then. Still, we're on lap number 2. Blunt then, you can see there, just can't quite get the revs high enough to take advantage of the slipstream. But that is AJ who's looking for a move up the inside of Drop Ya. Drop Ya has to go off the track then. They're still side by side. SLR AJ moves up to third place as he makes his way now through the third part of Les Combes, goes defensive then in towards Brussels, and the SLR car is now up to third place. Risky move then up the inside of the first part of Les Combes like that. Through turn 9 they go of X corner, and then we've got the double left-hander of Pouon then through turns 10 and 11, flying through on board with Legend then as he looks to try and take advantage of Dropya, who might be struggling here as we now head in towards turn 12 and 13 of Campus. Verstappen's in trouble again as I think he's lost the back end at Pouon. There's a curve there on the left-hand side at turn 10, right on the inside. You do not want to catch it. It will very easily spin the car around. Oh, that's the Legend car. That's a Nexus car of Legend, I meant to say, who got very wayward there, managing to keep the car under check there. But Blunt's got a free position, and you can hear Leon's car bottoming out as we head through Blanchimont. That's costing him speed there. You can see on the speedo, he's topping out at 202 and occasionally dropping to 201 on miles per hour there. That's the car bottoming out. That means he's losing that speed. The car's actually colliding with the tarmac underneath where there's so much fuel on board. He's got to be careful as we now head down towards turn 1 for the third time. DRS is enabled now. You can see Leon there trying to find a way past the Legend car. I keep saying that, the Legend car of Nexus. The Nexus car of Legend then, as we make our way now through Eau Rouge and up through Eau Rouge and up Radion. Drop You here will have the DRS on AJ then. AJ goes defensive. He goes to the right hand side to try and defend into the first part of Les Combes. Drop You is going to be on the outside, and AJ drops back into the slipstream through the first part of Les Combes, and Drop You moves up to third place. Meanwhile then Morris then, and this is that's Sean then going side by side through the third part of Les Combes. Morris, oh, they come together then. Sean closed the door. Morris wanted to stay there, and that's lost him a mountain of positions there. And Sean has lost a position there to Maladictus as well. The QVR car finding himself now up to 9th place. J. Cole in 11th place. He finished 15th place last time out at Spain. Now he's running in 11th place, but he's got Warren behind him, who of course started towards the back of the grid, as did Navy. And you've already seen how much Navy is struggling in this race alone. Could be the tyres, the harder tyres. Might not have enough grip on them right now. However, we're going to rejoin this battle for what is third place right now. Drop Ya, AJ, Blunt, Legend and Leon all involved in this battle. Meanwhile, Leon has got a great run out of Stamolo. But let's see now, will the car bottom out as we head through Blanchimont? Let's have a look through the left-hander here. Can't quite hear it as prominently now. Into the slipstream we go, and towards the bus stop chicane. Leon will go for it, will he? Oh, he thought about it. Legend saw the red arrows there, as he then goes for a defensive manoeuvre, and he keeps hold of that position. DRS, short run down towards turn 1. Warren's left the session, so that means turn 1 is a ghost car. Meanwhile, then Leon down the inside, in towards turn 1. An ILRT car up the inside of the Nexus car of Legend, and he's got 6th place away. Good move then from the ILRT car, as they now head down towards Eau Rouge, and they'll head up Radion then. So the two SLR cars of AJ and Blunt running 4th and 5th right now. AJ will have the DRS then. You've also got Legend having another go back at Leon then. Here we are then, down towards the first part of Les Combes. AJ right on the curve on the left-hand side. Couldn't quite find a way through. Meanwhile then, Leon has been passed by Legend down the Kemmel Straight in towards Les Combes. and Legend has the position back. Here's Leon then, will he try for a move down the inside at Brussels then, locks up, but he's got the inside line, but he'll have the outside line for X corner at turn 9 then. A lot around the outside, can he try and stick it around the outside? Fair play to Legend, he gives him the room. They're still running side by side then, as we head towards Puon then. Left-hander, flying through, Legend has the inside, they just about give each other enough room. Great battling between the two of them as we head now towards turn 12. Leon, this time he tries to go around the outside. He'll get the inside for turn 13, but Legend holds on through Campus. And as we head now towards turn 14, Legend holds on. Great battling between the two of them. What that's done is it's brought Daka back into play. He's now battling, and in this battle, for 6th place. Leon once again right on the back of Legend then as we head our way through Blanchimont and towards the bus stop chicane. No DRS here of course, but look at that. That's Morris who's out of the session then from 16th place. Leon still trying to find that way past. No way through. But they're all heading into the pit lane now. So Legend is in, Leon in, Dropia as well into the pit lane. Meanwhile the two SLR cars are looking to put in a strong performance here. So Morris out of the race, he's now left the session, and that is one Nexus car down then. Busy pit lane then, 5 cars in the pit lane right now as we're watching the two SLR cars challenge and tackle Eau Rouge and Radion. And is this going to be a battle then that we're going to be allowed to have? Here's Blunt then, he's going to go down the inside, I think, down the inside in towards Laycom. Yes he does, and I don't think AJ made that too difficult for Blunt. They're just going to try and work together here as they make their way now down towards turn 8. But Warren here is running as a ghost car. If he can't rejoin back into the session, if he can't finish as a user-controlled car, he won't score any points at all. He has to finish as a controlled car. Legend here, right on the back of Dropia this is. Sorry, this is Cooper then as we head now down towards turn 8. Cooper's yet to stop, runs deep into Brussels. Legend tries to find a way up the inside, can't quite find it as we head our way through turn 9, through X corner. Cooper runs wide. This is Legend's chance here. Can't really go side by side through Puon, and I think Legend knows that, but he'll stay close to Cooper. You still see there Cooper has that grip through the second part of Puon, but there is an ILRT car of Leon trying to go around the outside, but they come together and Legend has a half spin. Can he keep it out of the wall? Yes he can, and he will not lose any part of that front wing. But my great camera control skills cut away just as that contact happened. But I have no idea. There was contact there, but who's to say whose fault it was? I can't say anything. So, with Louis into the pits, as well as Blunt, Amir, Daka and Navy, that means AJ now leads here in Belgium. Maledictus is in second, Sean in third, but the top 3 are yet to fit in this race. There is Louis, who rejoins in 4th place. Amir rejoins in 5th. There is Dropia in 6th. Can he get ahead of Blunt? Yes, he can. The undercuts work for Dropia with a QVR car, and he goes ahead of Blunt then. But Blunt will have the DRS down the Kemmel Straight and towards Laycom. You can see the Dropia on Kohler tyres. Warren has rejoined back. It'll take a bit of time for him to rejoin as a solid car. Blunt then with the DRS down the inside of Dropia. There's not a lot Dropia can do from that position, I have to be honest. And down towards Laycom, it is Blunt who takes 6th place away from the QVR car of Dropia. Leon then being closed in on by Daka for 8th place. Meanwhile, J. Cole has passed Suarez then in towards Laycom, and that is J. Cole now up to 11th place. Legend, meanwhile, finds a way past Cooper then as we head in towards the first part of Laycom, but that's Nexus Suarez who's out of the race, and there he's gone. Gone on the exit of... yeah, that's on the exit of Laycom, so I think he's caught the curb then on the left-hand side, spun up the rear tyres, and the car says you're having a laugh and has sent him straight to the scene of the crash then. So that's 2 Nexus cars out of this race. The only one they've got left is Legend, who's currently in 14th place. Louis there in 4th place. If you like, provisional leader AJ then into the pits. A change off from those soft tyres, as is Maledictus, as is Sean, so it doesn't cost Louis too much time. He'll now retake the lead of this race. Dropia and Blunt here. Looks like they're going to lock horns over the next couple of laps. Lap 7 here. Laps tick by so quickly here at Belgium. Dropia in the slipstream with the DRS open down towards turn 1, in towards the source hairpin. And then we're going to head down the hill then. That is AJ, who's just rejoined. He rejoins in 5th place ahead of Leon then. So Dropia moving ahead of the other SLR car, but he's got one ahead of him. Really nice line through Radion then. In the slipstream he'll go with the DRS wide open. Dropia for QBR looking for a move. He'll go down the inside at Lecom. Let's see how they're going to go. They're going to go side by side through Lecom. The SLR car's just going to hang on to the inside, but the third part of Lecom, Dropia will have the inside line then. The SLR car trying to stick it around the outside as we head now down towards turn number 8. Dropia up the inside, gets the move done into Brussels corner. Great battling between the two of them, just about enough space given. And Dropia moves ahead of the SLR car of Blunt then. But that battle is far from over as we head through Pool 1 through turns 10 and 11. Cooper then picks up a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits multiple times as he now makes his way down towards Brussels. He's trying to find a way past Legend then. Dropia running on board with him now as he makes his way now towards Stavolo with this long right-hander. Very careful here. Once the tyres start to wear out, get more and more understeer. Those tyre walls on the left hand side out of Stavolo get closer and closer the more speed you try and carry through with the worn tyres. It's very, very dicey towards the end of the race then. Lap number 8 then. We have 4 laps to go here in Belgium. Louis leading by 4.6 seconds ahead of Amir. At the moment it is an ILRT 1-2. Dropia in 3rd, Blunt in 4, AJ 5th, Leon 6th, Daka in 7th, Maladaitis in 8th, Navy 9th, Sean 10th, J. Cole 11th, Verstappen 12th, Legend in 13th, Flying Cooper 14th, Warren in 15th, who is now a solid car. But 2 Nexus cars of Suarez and Morris both out of this race. And Morris, who had well, a mixed Spanish Grand Prix but got some decent points home. But only 1 Nexus car remains now, and that's of Legend, still in 13th place after the pit stops have been had. Only 1 driver on the soft tyres, and that's Navy for the TTG Academy team. So we'll have to see how he goes throughout this race. Blunt then still trying to follow Dropia then. QBR versus SLRs. We head now down the hill towards Brussels through turn 8 then. And sticking close to the apex there, now towards X corner of turn 9. It's so nice when you have a really good setup around here. Warren actually goes on to a set of soft tyres. Maybe he's trying to get the fastest lap of the race. Maladaitis, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I'm assuming that's for track limits. And I think Amir has made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, he has. He's lost front wing because he's now 9 seconds behind Amir. Amir's 9 seconds behind Louis, I should say. And now he's under serious pressure from Dropia. What could have been an ILRT 1-2 might just turn into a nightmare. Dropia here will have a really good chance, but Blunt is also going to try and move. Then Dropia looking for the inside line as we head now towards Blanchimont. Surely not, too wide through here. Dropia out the inside, he has to back out of it. Blunt tries to go round the outside, but his path is blocked then. Down towards the bus stop chicane. Dropia tries to break late then. He'll have the inside line and the defensive line then through the bus stop chicane. Amir comes into the pits, but it's bunched these 3 right up. So Amir then will be cursing his luck then. Somewhere he lost his front wing. It wasn't a big moment, but it was enough to lose his front wing. There you can see Dropia trying to take a different line through La Source hairpin to try and get a better exit. Well, Blunt's right behind him though as we head our way up through Radion now, and you can see that AJ has to back out of the throttle there. Now both have DRS, both the SLR cars will have the DRS on the QBR car. Here is Blunt then going this way and that to try and find a way past, and he does find a way past then. Blunt then up to 2nd place, Dropia down to 3rd, and with that DRS Blunt gets the position. Not done yet though, Dropia will try and find a way past down towards turn 8 of Brussels. Let's see if AJ will have a move down towards turn 8 then. Oh, Dropia locks up into turn 8. That front right hand tyre has taken a bit of a beating then through that corner. That will not help his tyre wear at all, but where one ILRT has fallen off, another one joins the fray. Leon here could still hold on to hopes of an ILRT 1-2, but Blunt is trying to just get away from this battle right now as Dropia looks to try and get away from AJ. Not quite working yet, but there is Leon then, who will be looking to try and close that gap ahead. AJ then making his way through Stavolo as we were riding on board just a second ago. Now coming down towards that legendary left-hander of Blanchimont. Let the aero do all the work through this corner as we now head our way down towards the bus stop chicane. Braking hard now for the slowest chicane on the circuit. And penultimate lap of the race. You see, it's just going by so quickly. We've only got 2 laps to go at the moment. Louis leads by 12.3 seconds, although the gap was a lot smaller than that when Amir was holding on then. AJ gets a little bit wayward out of turn 1, and Leon here might have a good run. If he's got a good run through Eau Rouge and then up Radion, he might have a chance here of getting past AJ. AJ's going to have DRS though, down the Kemmel Straight. We'll have to see what Dropia can do then. As you can see, he's got the DRS. Is he close enough for a move down the inside? No, he's not. He backs out of that move. And I think what these drivers are thinking now is, where would I rather be on the final lap? Would I rather have the DRS or would I rather have the position? Well, for Dropia and for Leon, they'd rather have the DRS. Heading our way through Brussels now and in towards X corner of turn 9. Warren then sets the fastest lap of the race for the TTG Academy, 44.8. As we now head through Pooh on the double left-hander of 10 and 11. Blunt picks up a 3-second time penalty. So that is going to be crucial then. Second place is not over yet. Now, Dropia may not necessarily know that. I think he's still going to attack. Most of these drivers will just tell the engineer to stop talking. But AJ getting a little bit wayward onto the gravel there as we headed through campus. But look at AJ now, right under the back of Dropia. No DRS here, this is purely slipstream and ERS deployment. You can see there, being a little bit tactical now, flipping the grass just before Blanchimont, very brave to do that. And Dropia here will just hold station. Last lap of the race has been started by Louis then as he makes his way through La Source hairpin. Meanwhile, AJ's looking to try and get that crucial exit out of the corner down towards La Source, and this is the crucial corner now. Dropia and AJ have got to find the right line to make use of the DRS then. But Blunt's got a great exit out of turn 1. That's not gone well for Dropia. But remember, Blunt has that 3-second time penalty. Up they go through Radion and then on towards the Kemmel Straight now. This is going to be Dropia's cast. It's going to be his chance to get it done on track. All 4 of them just look too far away from each other. Down the Kemmel Straight, through Les Combes they go. Well, Louis here is just making his way now through X corner. Meanwhile, Navy has got past Maledictus. That's for 7th place. And that could be crucial there for the TTG Academy. It's been a quiet race for them, but Navy's now got them, a car of theirs, up to 7th place. There is Louis then, making his way now towards turns 12 and 13. We'll head through campus now. Only a couple more corners to go. And Louis has made this look quite easy. It's been anything but, though. He heads now through the right-hander of Stavilo. And now on towards the final part of the track. Amir now gets himself a 3-second time penalty. He's running down in 12th place. He should be able to hold on to that, all things considered. Louis now through Blanchimont and on towards the bus stop chicane. Only one more braking zone to go. One more apex to hit. And Louis comes around the final corner. He'll make it 2 from 2 in League 2. Louis wins in Belgium for ILRT. Another dominant performance from him. But how will the rest of the order be following? Blunt still in 2nd place. All the battling seems to be for 2nd place. Blunt will cross the line in 2nd. But how far will he drop? Dropia will grab 2nd place. AJ 3rd. Leon 4th. Blunt then in 5th with Daka in 6th place. Navy comes across the line in 7th place. Maledictus not far behind in 8th place. Sean comes across the line in 9th place. J. Cole across the line in 10th. As Verstappen in 11th. Amir across the line in 12th. Legend then, the only Nexus car to make it to the line, will finish in 13th place. Cooper then will finish in 14th place for TTG Academy. And a tough race for Warren as well, as he will finish off in 15th place. But he will score points for the TTG Academy team as he makes his way now in towards the final couple of corners and grabs himself at least the fastest lap of this race. But 2 from 2 from Louis, and he makes it 2 wins on the bounce. Another win for him in Belgium. Well, there they are then. Another win for Louis then. Makes it 2 from 2. And he's got to be thinking about grabbing his hands on that title. Of course, though, it's all about the team. And as you can see, what could have been an ILRT 1-2, well, it became a 1-4, but with Amir finishing down in 12th place after that front wing change from him late on. He made that mistake and lost that front wing, and it's cost ILRT a chance of a 1-2. But 2 wins on the bounce from Louis. He'll be very, very happy with that then. And here are your official, unofficial results then from the Belgian Grand Prix Race 2 of Mini League 2. It's Louis who grabs his second win of the night. It's Dropia in second place. AJ gets a podium for SLR. Leon in fourth. Blunt then in fifth. Great showing from the 2 SLR cars. They're down 2 drivers, but my goodness, they made up for it in this second race. Daka then for QVR in 6th. Navy for TTG Academy in 7th. Maladiktis for QVR in 8th. Sean for the TTG Academy in 9th place. ILRT, J. Cole is in 10th place. Then it's Verstappen, Amir, Legend, Cooper and Warren who gets that 15th place, and that's the last point scoring position. Suarez and Morris didn't make it to the checkered flag, therefore they do not score points for Nexus Esports. Make sure you do follow at Esports Mini to find out tomorrow of the championship standings and how well your esports team is doing. Whilst you're there, you can also follow me if you like at KSMCG F1. Thank you very much for watching along tonight. Make sure you tune in next time, and make sure you tune into Esports Mini to find out the next time we go live for League 2 for the second part of Part 2. Yes. And hopefully I'll be back for then as well. In the meantime though, thank you so much for watching. I've been Kieran McGinley, you've been watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.